So after 6 years, it is finally finished. ARK today have announced that they have fully finished the Nintendo Switch version for ARK Survival Evolved, bringing it completely up to date with the game on all of the other platforms. This is absolutely crazy because if you're someone like me that's been in the community ever since the launch of ARK Survival Evolved back in 2015, 2016, you will know what an absolute mess the launch for this was on Nintendo Switch. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video and you want to see the full backstory of this and keep up to date with your daily ARK news, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let's dive into the world of ARK for Nintendo Switch. Now, yes, it's been a long run, being honest. I was someone that bought this for myself back when it released. As you can see, the release date was the 30th of November 2018. And I love my Nintendo Switch. I don't really use it that much anymore, but back then I used to use it all the time. And the fact that ARK was launching it, I was so excited. And it was a complete buggy mess. Now, this game never really got any form of support back then, never talked about, nothing was happening, and I pretty much thought it was never going to get the love it deserved. Now, I don't know what the player count is like for ARK on Nintendo Switch, but it is now being officially announced by Studio Wildcard that Genesis Part 2 is now live, which brings the game, as you can see, the partners at Grove Street Games were putting the final touches on Genesis Part 2 to make it absolutely perfect for you, and it launched today, July 31st, and you're going to be getting ready for the incredible Sky Giga spawning around the islands, and you can obviously see the trailer, which I'm going to be putting at the end of the video for you guys. With this release, ARK's The Ultimate Survivor Edition has been completely delivered on the Nintendo Switch. So this is a massive day for Nintendo Switch ARK players because, as I said, I don't know what the player count is there. It'd be interesting to see, and I want to know what the servers are going to be like too. Like, is it going to be anything like the other one? But with partnership of Grove Street Games, ARK Genesis Part 2 is now available on Nintendo Switch. The ARK Survivor Edition is now complete, and hundreds of hours of new story-oriented ARK gameplay awaits. Join the ARK Switch Discord for more support and info. The Genesis Part 2 launch schedule is as follows. It's now live in the following regions: North America, Europe, Australia. Genesis Part 1 release for Japan, Asia is the 5th of August at midnight JST. And obviously it brings alongside a wealth of bug fixes and everything like that. ARK Genesis Part 2 introduces a vast, contagious world filled with strange biomes. You get it. You get it already. You guys don't need me to read to you through the ARK Genesis Part 2 because you played many times. Servers are launching today, July 31st, and transfers will be restricted for the first 30 days, as in standard on fresh servers. So you've got NA PvP Switch Official Gen 2, Small Tribes 311, 3112, everything like that, and then you've got the you've got EU and OC PvP and PvE, and then a bunch more NA PvE servers and PvP for Genesis Part 2. So if you do want to pause it and read for a server you might want to pick for your game, go and do that now. Official servers for Genesis Part 1, 2 in Asia and Japan will be available at launch August 5th. As you can see, some of the photos from it on its launch on the Switch, and it's here. So it's a real weird one because this, I mean, if we look back to the early days of, I did this in another video the other day. If we look back to the early days of Switch, it was a complete mess. They managed to get on top of it a bit again. And then when they did their past roadmap for ARK Survival Ascended, like one of the first ones they ever did, they were way far away from what the initial release date was. If we scroll down here and go down to Nintendo Switch, as you can see, it says ARK Ultimate Survivor Edition has been off to a great start on Nintendo Switch. The insightful crew at Digital Foundry called it one of the most radical improvements in the game, in game quality they've ever seen. Now, do you know what's so funny about this, reading this back, is the crew at Digital Foundry most recently, about a month ago, absolutely ripped ARK Survival Ascended to pieces, saying it was actually one of the worst optimized games they've ever seen to date. So it's the fact that they've gone and obviously done their review on Nintendo Switch back all the way back then. But anyway, so they say, so far we've seen the launch of Scorched Earth, Aberration, Ragnarok of Extinction coming on April 11th. our current established timeline for the rest of the release as follows. So April 2023 was Extinction, May 2023 was Small Tribe Servers, June 2023 was Genesis Part 1, October 2023 was Genesis Part 2, and winter 2023 into 2024 was meant to be the remaining community maps. But obviously, this was absolutely couldn't be any further off. October 23 is now July 2024. What was even said about the mobile? We have some important news for mobile survivors. At the year's end, we anticipate a relaunch of ARK Mobile as a completely revamped product. It will be based on graphically improved version of the Switch. Improved version of the Switch code base due to the increased power generally available with mobile devices, and include new Switch features and content and mobile specific changes. We plan to release all the expansion packs and non-canon maps over time to its revamped version, and that from a point onwards, ARK Mobile will have its own product lifestyle and roadmap. So when was this? At the years, they anticipate a relaunch. Okay, so they didn't really say a date for this, but obviously this is also coming towards the later end of the year of 2024. So it's pretty much a year delay for most of this stuff, but it's all here now. It's been fully done. Anyone that went through the early days of the Nintendo Switch buggy mess launch all the way back onto 2018, apparently the Ultimate Survivor Edition is a lot better. I'm yet to try it myself, so that's something I want to do in future videos for you guys. But pretty much that is going to be your video. If you're a Nintendo Switch player, I hope you're excited for today, and I hope you're ready to finally join the rest of the ARK Survival Evolved crew, considering that's what is the most popular played version of ARK still, considering we've had the release of ARK Survival Ascended. Catch you guys in my next video. Enjoy the trailer, leave a like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.
No worries, just hang in there for a second. This isn't a simulation. We're really on a ginormous spaceship.
Now what are you two little gnats up to? This is to be mine. First of many. This is where you fall to your knees. Your survival ends here.
No, Rockwell. This is where your nightmare ends. We're finishing this. Now.